Is it time for me to pepper up? Let's find out. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Ken Johnson. So today is a little bit different. I've got a bunch of videos that are in the process of coming out, but there's little tweaks I've got to make. Had some issues with my GoPro overheating on some stuff, so I got some lost files I'm having to work on. And in the middle of all this, my goddaughter, she brought me this. This is a limited edition Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut. Now, I am not a soda drinker. I mean, I will drink a cola every once in a while. Pretty much a southern thing to have a cola and peanuts. That's something that we do. So I'll do that sometimes, especially when I'm wanting to think or relax or something. I might have me a soda and peanuts, but it's very rare. I might use a artificially flavored fruit soda in a recipe for maybe either ice cream, or if I'm doing something like carne asada, I'll use a orange drink in my marinade sometimes. But other than that, I mean, like my sister, she makes a dumpling recipe using Mountain Dew that's pretty good. But rarely do I really actually enjoy a soda. And if I do enjoy a soda, almost never is it Dr. Pepper. But Dr. Pepper, it is America's oldest soda. Even Coca-Cola can't claim that. Start out in Waco, Texas, and there's this strange thing about peppering up at 10, 2, and 4 that made no sense. It still makes no sense to most Americans, but it comes from a time when we were trying to get some new data on the workplace. And back in the 20s, a study came out, said that American workers, their blood sugar was the lowest at 10, 2, and 4. And because Dr. Pepper was made with cane sugar, which very sweet, the original is extremely sweet, full of sugar, then that was a way to kind of boost your low blood sugar, increase work productivity. So, with that said, I don't care for sodas. I don't really care for Dr. Pepper, but I do like coconut. And my goddaughter said that she actually likes it with coconut. So she had been making it with, would take Dr. Pepper and add coconut syrup to it. So I said, well, let's give it a try. So this is what one YouTuber called a Repinion. It is my review and opinion about this soda. Let's give it a try. Wow. That is actually pretty good. First time trying this. I'm amazed. I mean, the first thing you taste is coconut, which I like coconut. The problem I have with coconut is whenever you put it with something other, it tends to dominate the flavor. So a lot of times, like I love butter cookies, but lately they've been putting coconut instead of currants in them. And so the butter cookies that you normally get at like Christmas time that I enjoy, I don't like them anymore because they taste of coconut instead of currants, which is what I like, the flavor of the butter cookie with currants. But this Dr. Pepper, I'm not a cherry fan, and Dr. Pepper does have some cherry notes. I think that's what I hate the most about it is the cherry notes. With the cooking spices. I'm not a cooking spice fan, even though I use allspice a lot. I don't really care for cinnamon a lot. There's a lot of those other cooking spices I don't care for, and it has those flavors. But when you put this coconut with the Dr. Pepper, it fundamentally alters the flavor profile. First thing you get is the coconut. And then those flavors that normally is very strong with Dr. Pepper, they're sedated. You got this creaminess to the soda that you don't normally get in a soda. But you still got that effervescence, you still got that bite, that crispness, but you get this creamy feel. You get this sweetness, but it's not cloyingly sweet, which I enjoy. I don't like something cloyingly sweet. But then you get all those other spice notes that are not distracting in the way Dr. Pepper usually is. Instead, it's enhancing. You're picking up other notes so that as the flavor washes over the palate, as the all these different spice notes and everything start coming into play, you get different experiences as the drink lingers in your mouth. So even after you've stopped drinking the drink, there's still flavors coming about, which I find to be very interesting. That's not something I normally get. You don't get that a lot in your drinks. Normally it's just very short-lived. You get flavor and then you take another sip. This lingers, which is good. I like that. There's been all these recipes that have come out with Dr. Pepper over the years. So, I mean, they used to actually have a cookbook, and there's all these different recipes, and people have made cookbooks that, oh, use Dr. Pepper for this marinade, use it for this, use it for that. I've never really wanted to try any of it because, again, I'm not a fan. There's even some stuff where they say, oh, you mix this beer with this distilled spirit and it'll taste like Dr. Pepper. Well, I don't want it to taste like Dr. Pepper because I don't care for Dr. Pepper. But this right here, that's a game changer. And I don't get surprised often. A lot of times this limited edition stuff is gimmicky, and I don't care for it. I've never seen this advertised anywhere. I mean, the whole icon, I don't know if you can see that there, but it looks more like an onion. You can see it looks almost like onion ring or something that don't even look like a coconut. So, I mean, they did a very poor job with the picture. They've not advertised it hardly any that I know about. So, I mean, this whole limited edition, I imagine the company will see it as an abysmal failure because they just really didn't do the work they should to promote this. But this is actually a soda I would drink on a regular basis. I can see why somebody would want to drink this. I think it should be a standard. Like some people like cherry Coke. I'm not a cherry Coke fan. Again, I don't care for cherries. But people like cherry Coke are very devoted. I could see where this would be to cherry Coke, be the equivalent in the Dr. Pepper world. That Dr. Pepper with the creamy coconut, I see that as being a pairing that could be lasting. I just think there's not many people that have known about it. I have heard that's growing in popularity with distribution. A lot of people don't realize it, but companies have to pay for placement of their product in a store. So I have an MBA, so when I was going through business school, you would learn how you had to pay for shelving space, and then they would teach you little tricks. Like back years ago, there was a soap, and they advertised by a mother and a father and a baby all taking a bath and talking about all the parts, the 2,000 parts, and kissing and loving on each other, and how bath time was so lovely. And this was an America that was filled with divorce and broken families and a bunch of issues. So there was appealing nature, and they bombarded the American public with coupons for a product that wasn't in stores. And they were some of the best coupons. I mean, like, some of them, they were practically giving the stuff away, but it was for a coupon for a product that you could not go into Walmart and buy. And that's a guerrilla tactic that we know in business as guerrilla marketing. And they deliberately were making these wonderful coupons, 80% off, whatever, just outrageous amounts to get people to request that product on the store shelf. And so once they got into the stores, the coupons went away, all the deals went away, everything went away because they got what they wanted. They wanted to not have to pay for that shelving space because it was cheaper to put out ads and junk coupons than it was to actually pay the retailers the extortion fee to get the product on the shelf. And that may be reason why Dr. Pepper hasn't put the amount of money they need to promote it. But I'm hearing now that you can get it you can go to Winn-Dixie and get it. I've heard that some of the Walmarts are carrying it now. You still won't see it placed with any type of prominent placing or anything of that nature. I was in Winn-Dixie the other day. I went down the soft drink section. I didn't overtly see it jumping out like they had other drinks placed. Dr. Pepper's all about Dr. Pepper Zero, and Coke and Pepsi, they're about their zero, and they're trying to promote that. They need to promote this. This right here is good. The diet craze, I understand, but that's compared to other segments of the drink portfolio. This right here is more important than Dr. Pepper Zero. This right here is the next Coke and cherry flavor, or cherry Coke flavor. So definitely give this a try if you like coconut. If you don't like coconut, you won't like this. If you don't like Dr. Pepper, which I am not a Dr. Pepper fan, and you like coconut, try this. If you like Dr. Pepper, try this. If you like Dr. Pepper and you like coconut, definitely try this. Please comment down below if you have tried this, if you like it. Where do you normally buy it at? Because I only know of Winn-Dixie and Walmart. And again, I'm not seeing much advertising. I'm not seeing any advertising at all elsewhere, but I'm not even seeing prominent placing in the stores. But let me know where you buy yours. Is it easy to find? Is it hard to find? Do you like it? Just let me know. I'd love to hear your comments on that. And with that, I guess I'll see you again next time. Bye.